Welcome to Divakar Physics. In this video, we'll discuss about 25 multiple choice questions. So, which is very important for upcoming examination. So, let us see one by one. Okay. So, question number 1 is: work is a scalar quantity. True or false? So, work is a scalar quantity. So, A is true. Okay, so a work is a scalar quantity, so it's true. Second, pushing a wall is an example of zero work, positive work, negative work, none of the above. So you are pushing a wall, so wall doesn't move, so force does no work, so it will be the example of zero work. Question number 3: maximum work is done when the force is perpendicular to the displacement. True or false? So it is false, because work done equals to force into displacement into cos theta. When this is perpendicular, then theta will be 90, cos 90 is 0, so overall it will come as 0 work. Okay, 0 work, so it will be false. And maximum work is done when theta is 0. Okay, theta is 0, cos 0 1, so that is the maximum work, so you can remember that way. Okay, the next question we will see, question number 4: centripetal force does 0 work when a body revolves in a circular path. So when body moves in a circular path, so that time centripetal force acts towards the center, and momentarily the body is along the tangent. Okay, so force and displacement are perpendicular here also, so at any instant it will be 0, and if it completes one path, then also it will be 0, because displacement will be 0 in that case. So anyway, so centripetal force does no work, so it does 0 work, so that's why answer is true. Okay, so question number 5: the correct formula of work done by a force is, so your various options are given: W is equal to Fs by cos theta, W is equal to Fs cos theta, W is equal to F cos theta by S, cos theta by F into S. So this is the correct formula. W is equal to F into S into cos theta, force into displacement into cos of the angle between force and displacement. Okay, so this is the formula. Question number 6: work done by gravitational force on a freely falling body is negative, positive, 0, and none of the above. Okay, so here gravitational force is downward direction, and freely falling body, so displacement is also in the downward direction, so that's why both are in the same direction. Theta will be 0, and if theta is 0, then this formula will give cos 0 1, so that's why maximum positive work, so it's the positive work. So this is the correct answer, positive work, because force and displacement are in the same direction. Okay, next, question number 7: the work done by frictional force is positive, negative, 0, none of the above. So here frictional force is opposite to the direction of motion. So if the body moves in this direction, displacement is in this direction, then frictional force must be acting this direction. So angle is 180 degree in this case, 180 degree. So cos 180 degree, if we put in this formula, then it gives negative value. So that's why whenever force is opposite to the displacement, then it's negative. So negative work is done. So is answer number 7. So option B, negative. Number 8. The gravitational force of the sun does following type of work on the earth. Okay. During its during the revolution of the earth. So actually gravitational force provides centripetal force. Suppose sun is here, earth is here, then it attracts towards the sun and it revolves in the circular orbit. So displacement is tangential. So theta is 90. So gravitational force is centripetal force and earth moves like this along the tangent. So theta is 90. So cos 90 is 0. And that formula will give so 0 work. Okay. So gravitational force of the sun does which type of work? So 0 work. So this 0 is correct here. Now question number 9. SI unit of work is megajoule, joule, dyne centimeter or Newton. So SI unit of work is joule. Okay. Megajoule is also the unit of work, but it is a megajoule, so it is not SI unit. So this is the SI unit, joule. Next, number 10. Which of the following is correct? 1 arc equals to 10 to the power 7 joule, 1 joule equals to 10 to the power 7 arc, or 1 joule equals to 10 to the power minus 7 arc, or none of the above. So which one is correct? 1 joule is equal to 10 to the power 7 arc. So this option is correct. 1 joule equals to 10 to the power 7 arc. Okay. So this relation between SI unit and CGS unit. So question may come regarding SI unit and CGS unit also. Okay. Number 11. Number 11 will solve now. The rate of doing work is called thrust, power, energy, none of the above. So rate of doing work with respect to time is the power. Okay. So direct question. 1 horsepower. So horsepower is the mechanical unit of power usually used for measuring the power of engines and all. So what is the relation between 1 horsepower and what? So 1 horsepower equals to 746 watt. 746 watt. So this option is correct. Next question, number 13. Work done depends on power of a body in given time. So can you say work done depends on a power of a body in given time? Yes, you can say, because work done is equal to power into time. If the time is taken constant, then higher power source will work more. Okay. So work done depends on the power of the body in the given time. So answer is true. Question number 14. kilowatt hour is the unit of energy, power, force, none of the above. So kilowatt hour, only if you see kilowatt, so it should be the unit of power, but here kilowatt hour, that means the power into time is work done, so that means it is the amount of energy. So kilowatt hour is not the unit of power, only kilowatt is there, then it is power. Kilowatt hour, it's energy. Next question, number 15. The unit of energy of atomic particle is electron volt. Okay, so small amount of energy is involved, so 1 electron volt is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. So very small amount of energy, so smaller unit is used. So electron volt is used for measuring atomic energy. Number next is number 16. So in 16 you can see 1 calorie of heat raises the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius, 1 degree Fahrenheit, 10 degree Celsius, none of the above. So answer is 1 degree Celsius. If you take one calorie of heat and if you apply this heat to 1 gram of water, 1 gram of water, then it will increase the temperature by 1 degree Celsius. Increase, if it is 15 degree, then if initial temperature is 15, then final will be 16, like that. So that way we can follow. So first option is correct. Question number 17. Potential energy can be changed to heat energy directly. So answer is false. So always remember, potential energy can be changed only to kinetic energy. So first you have to change into kinetic energy, then you can change into other forms. So directly it cannot be changed, because it is the energy possessed by a body due to its position, or due to the position or body at rest or in the deformed state, like that. Okay, so potential energy can be changed only to kinetic, then kinetic into heat, but directly we cannot change. Okay, number 18. Chemical energy changes to electrical energy in the following device. Which one? Electric iron, electric cell, biogas burner, and solar cell. So here answer is electric cell. So from electric cell we get electrical energy. It is stored in the form of chemical energy that changes to electrical energy. In electric iron we give electrical energy, so electrical to heat. Biogas burner, we burn biogas, methane, so chemical to heat. Solar cell, light to electrical, but here chemical to electrical, the electric cell will be the right answer. Next, number 19. In an electric bulb, the percentage of electrical energy converted into light energy is how much? 100%, less than 100%, more than 100%, none of the above, or none of this. Okay, so what is the answer? So answer is less than 100%, because some energy is converted into heat energy. So not all energy given to the bulb is converted into light, so it will be less than 100%. Okay, now question number 20. Kinetic energy of a body depends on mass, square of the velocity, height of the body, both A and B. So here both A and B you can write. So D option is correct. Because what is the formula? Kinetic energy equals to half mv square. That way you can follow. Next, number 21. Potential energy of a body depends on the acceleration due to gravity. So is it true or false? So potential energy equals to mgh. So it is depending on acceleration due to gravity. So answer is true. Next, number 22. A compressed spring possesses kinetic energy, rotational kinetic energy, potential energy, both A and B. So compressed spring, so it has potential energy. Actually speaking, it has elastic potential energy. So that only option is a potential energy. So this is correct. Kinetic is not there. Rotational kinetic is not there. So only potential energy. Then next, number 23. Potential energy of a person increases when he moves from first floor of a building to the second floor of the same building. True or false? So when he is going to the second floor from the first floor, that means he is increasing the height. So his potential energy, which is depending on height increases, so potential energy increases. So this is true. Okay, next question number 24. So in a simple pendulum, kinetic energy is conserved. So answer is false. Why? So in simple pendulum, energy is conserved. Then why it is false? Because kinetic energy is conserved. No, kinetic energy changes. Like at the extreme position, kinetic energy is 0. And here it is maximum velocity, maximum kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is increasing, so it is not conserved. Okay, so total energy is conserved in this case, but kinetic energy is conserved. So question is asking kinetic energy is conserved. So answer is false. Next, number 25, last question. The form of mechanical energy which is put to use is kinetic energy. As we have discussed before, this potential energy cannot be converted into any other form directly. First it is converted into kinetic, then kinetic energy can be converted into other forms. So the energy which is put to use is kinetic energy. Okay, potential energy cannot be used directly. So that's why answer is kinetic energy. Okay, so thank you for watching my video.